Hey guys, Dave here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to our playthrough of Conquest of Planet Earth, the space alien game from Flying Frog Productions. And right now, we are in a bad situation for the aliens. And let's take a look at the resistance track. And we are currently at space number 7, so a few more spaces, and it's going to be game over for the aliens. And so far we have really struggled to gain any kind of terror points on the board. We've just been overrun with a lot of our enemies. We just have not been able to roll very well, and so we just don't have really strong, like, strengthful aliens to work with. But that doesn't mean that we can't make a comeback. So as we get ready to get into this, let's do a recap. As you can see right now, the capital city has quite a number of tokens on there. Once we start getting more than 3, it's going to cause the human tech track to move. We have a location over by the Viborian arbiters. They already have 2 counters on there that they're going to have to deal with just by getting on the board. So right now, the only ones that have essentially any kind of stronghold are the Mentholars. They did conquer a location, and so now we have to continue to try to spread terror and conquer more locations. But before we can get into that, we have to see how many points, action points, each of our races are going to have for this particular round. So let me get our dice, and we're going to roll, and we'll see what we have. So, oh man, this is terrible. So the Viborian arbiters, they rolled a 1. They're going to gain a menace token, and so are the Mentholars. So that's actually okay. So we've got 2 action points for the foam guild mages. These 2 guys are going to re-roll actually. And so the Viborian arbiters are going to have 6, and the Mentholars are only going to have 1 action point this turn. So terrible opportunity for them. However, they are going to be the first player for this round. So let's go and see what they're going to do. All right, they have the first player token, and I believe that they have ones that... Oh, yes. So we're going to play this, all part of the master plan. Play during your action phase to gain +2 action points. So we'll do that. So now, instead of having 1, we will have 3. Okay. Let's see if there's any other cards. We could play another event. We can give them a total of 5, but I don't think we're going to do that. All right, so we're going to use our 3 action points to move into our space where this artillery is, this artillery barrage. See if we can start dealing with them. Okay, so let's scooch the camera over here, and we'll take a look at. Let's take a look at that artillery token. So it has the barrage ability. Let's draw a location and see what we're going to have. Okay, so we have the fairgrounds. It's worth 3 terror points. Resistance here are +D6 to their strength total. And we only have to do 1 battle to be able to get 3. All right, let's do that. All right. Now, dealing with the artillery, we're going to have to roll a d6 to see what their additional ability is, and then we also will have the barrage thing. They're going to see if they can try to destroy us. Hopefully not, but let's see what their d6 strength total is. The resistance, they're going to have a +1. I only rolled a 1 on there. Sorry about that. You didn't see that roll off camera, but it was a 1. Okay, now, like I said, with the barrage ability, we have to roll for every ship that's in that space and adjacent space. On a roll of 1 or 2, the ships are going to be destroyed. So we rolled, and none of them are destroyed. So that's good. Let's see. So they're a 4, +1 is a 5, and we're actually at a 6. So we have a 6 to 5. advantage against the artillery. And I want to hold on to the mind control ability until we can actually have the encounter. Hopefully we can be able to take that out. I'm looking at any of my other abilities. Play during the first fight of a battle to allow the aliens to automatically win the fight. This must be played before the fight dice are rolled. Let's go ahead and do that. So we'll play Come in Peace, and we'll take out this artillery, so we won't have to worry about that. So that goes back in the bag. And now we will draw our resistance card for the fairgrounds. And we have the U.S. Army jet fighters. They have a strength of 7 plus. Now we have to roll a d6 to see what we're going to add to them. A 1. So they're actually an 8. Okay. Now, all right, we're going to go ahead. So they're an 8. We are at a 6. And I will choose to spend 2 menace tokens for some mind control. And let's see here. So we'll spend those 2 to do mind control, and then we will draw the top resistance card and add it to our strength. And if it's a hero, we draw additional cards. So, okay, so we have U.S. Army infantry is coming in with us. So we have 2, 4, 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 against 8. So let's see if we can how we can do on this. And then I think we might have, I don't know if we do have a reroll too. All right, so we each rolled a 1. So we actually are going to win that battle. Despite the fact that we rolled low, we had enough strength using the mind control of the U.S. Army infantry to take down their own Army jet fighters. So they are going to be destroyed, and we will now gain 3 more terror points thanks to the Mentholars. And, okay, that was a strong turn for them. And so at the end of their turn, they will actually draw back up. They played a couple of action cards, so we'll draw 2 event cards back. I'm sorry. So we actually have another Battle Frenzy that will allow them to re-roll dice. And we have an Overseer Intervention. Play to allow any aliens in a fight to automatically win that fight, even if it would have been a crushing victory. All right. So looks like we're starting to gain some ground with our aliens. So they were able to do that. So we actually have like 5 terror points there, 6, 7. We're at 7 terror points right now on the board, guys. So let's see what happens. We're going to come over to the Viborian arbiters for their turn. All right, these guys have 6 action points, and so we're going to spend 3 to actually get some more guys back on the board. So 1, 2, 3. And the last one, the last action point, I cannot use because I can't bring anything out, and I cannot move the other place out of there because they actually have to deal with those infantry and fight. So we're going to actually have 2 separate encounters over here. The first thing that we need to do is fight with these guys. So we have our strength of 3 apiece, so we have 9 versus 2 for the paratroopers. So we're going to deal with them first. So 9 versus 2, but if they roll a 6, they have a crushing victory. And we've been having, the arbiters have been having terrible luck against the resistance. But we actually have a crushing victory against the paratroopers. So they are taken off of the board, so that's good. Next, we have the infantry that we're going to go up against them. So it's a 9 versus 3. Whoops. They rolled a 6, we rolled a 3, so it's a crushing victory. They're going to take one of our guys down, but that doesn't mean that in this next round we're going to come back at them, and we are going to draw, we're going to roll again. So now it's 6 versus 3, and we rolled a 3, they rolled a 5. So we have 9 versus 8. We're going to take out those infantry. And at this time we're going to play this card, Spoils of Conquest. Play immediately when your aliens win a fight to immediately draw a space stuff card. So we'll do that, and we now have a blue lasers. So it's a tech weapon upgrade. We have +1 strength, so now they're a strength of 4. What's going to be really good because now it's going to help out our other alien ship that's over on the over in the hills on the other side of the board. So let's go over and see what happens over there. So if we look at this space, we have the infantry that has a strength of 3. And then we also have this, says resistance here are +1 to their strength total. So they're actually a 4. So it's going to be 4 versus 4 in this particular fight. So let's bring the dice over, see what happens in this particular fight round. So it's an even keel, 4 versus 4. And we rolled a 6, so it's a crushing victory. So the infantry will be removed from the board. So that is awesome as well. So we have been able to fend them off, take those different resistance counters, get them off the board, preventing them possibly from moving into any of the center locations. That's good. We don't really need to have the track moving at all. Okay, so at the end of the arbiter's turn, they will draw a card for their hand, and they will have this alien arms dealer, which plays immediately. During their turn, any player may pay 3 action points to draw a space stuff card limit once per turn. So that is going to come into play for everybody. So that's cool. All right, and then let's see what else we have. All right, that's it for the arbiter's turn. All right, finally we're going to move down to the Foam Guild Mage down here. They have 2 action points for their turn. Wow, I don't really have a lot of things that they can do. I'm looking at their event cards. So they have okay, we're going to use 1. And well, we have the tanks that we can go up against, but we also have some particle wave beams and things. So, all right, I'm going to actually use the other action point to move into this electric power plant field. Any alien that moves to this location is destroyed on the D6 roll of 1 or 2. Hopefully we do not get destroyed, so let's roll for that. And we rolled a 1, and I don't know if I have anything that's going to allow me to re-roll. Other players, do they have something that does that? Play to force any aliens or resistance. Okay, that's not any aliens. Play to force any aliens or resistance or re-roll their fight dice just roll. That's not a fight dice, so it's not Battle Frenzy. Unfortunately, then that one was wiped out. So we can't do anything there for the Foam Guild Mages, so that's going to be it for their turn. They weren't really able to do anything because they moved in again. It's this big giant bug zapper over at the electric power plant, and we really want to secure that location because it's worth 2 terror points, and it's also a tech location, and we don't need the humans developing any more technology. But that's the end of this round, so we're going to move into our resistance phase. We're going to see what happens next as we draw a resistance event card, and it says, roll a d6 for every alien on any player board section. It is destroyed on the roll of 4+. Roll a d6 for every alien on any player board section. It's destroyed on the roll of 4+. Okay, roll a d6 for every alien on any player board section. Okay, so on a player board section, we're just going to roll for this one over here. Maybe, I don't know what's going to happen with the arbiter, but let's see what happens. They're destroyed on a roll of 4+. So we'll roll, and we rolled a 3, so they are not destroyed. Okay, that's good. We're going to check for location liberation, and right now that's not going to happen. We will move the human tech track forward, so now it's going to go from 7 to 8. 8 is a normal location, so it's not that we're not going to have any extra things on there. Next, we will have our resistance move, so things are going to move. So we'll start off on this board. The fighter planes will move to a location. Let's see. They're going to move to space number 5. So they're going to push the infantry into the landing location there for the Mentholars. We're going to come over, roll for these jet fighters. They're going to roll in the center location. We rolled a 5, so they're going to move to here. The tanks are going to move. They're going to move to location number 3, which is up here. And on this location, over this board over here, the jet fighters will move to location number 3. So they're going to come in and push the infantry into the center. And so now we have one in their landing location. And then finally, down by the foam guild mages, we will roll for the tanks. And the tanks are going to move to location 3. They are going to stay where they are at. Now, we have the barrage. So I have to look and see if there's any artillery that is on the board. And I don't see any artillery, so we have no barrage this time. And we will roll for a tech breakthrough. So the first thing we'll do is roll for the 3 dice that are because of where we're at on the human tech track. And they have a 6 there, so that's 1 tech they're going to roll. Then we'll roll for the electric power plant because that's a tech location. They rolled a 1 there, and a hydroelectric dam, they're going to roll 1 there, and they also rolled a 1. So we have additional technology that the humans have to bring against us. So in addition to the advanced super tanks, we have advanced communications. So all resistance and resistance counters gain plus X to their strength total, where X is the resistance value of the current location. Okay. Do we have a way to cancel a human tech card? Okay. The Foam Guild Mage is going to play this. Play to cancel any event card or to cancel any human tech card on the D6 roll of 4+. All right, they're going to try to get rid of the advanced communications. We're going to try to jam their communications, if you will. We're going to try and stop them. So they need to roll a 4+ in order to get rid of that card. So let's roll. They rolled a 3. So unfortunately, they still have their advanced communications. So we were not able to stop them from doing that. So, all right. We will again now move into our next round. And guys, things are getting more and more tense. And we're gonna have our roll to see what we have for all of our action points for this round. So let's roll. And okay, so we have 4 for the Foam Guild Mage, 4 for the Mentholars, and 5 for the Viborian arbiters. So now we have a roll-off between the Mentholars and the Foam Guild Mage as to who's going to be the first player this round. And it is going to be the Foam Guild Mage. They rolled a 4 over the 3. So they will be going first this round. Hopefully we can gain some ground here. They're in a bad way. We have 4 action points. We only have 1 on the board. But at the start of their turn, let's roll their Masters of Magic. Let's see if they're going to gain an Alien Menace token. They rolled a 5, so they will gain 1 Alien Menace token. That currently has them at 5. We can actually start... we have enough that we can start using Necromancy to start pulling some of our soft targets out of the discard pile. Let's take a look and see what we have in terms of soft targets that we can use. So that's a hard. So we have a 3. That's a soft. A 2 is soft. 6 is hard. We can't use any heroes. No heroes. Captain Fantastic's a hard target. Hard. I think right now we have U.S. Army infantry, paratroopers. So it looks like the best that we can do is U.S. infantry with 3 in terms of necromancy. So we'll have to see what we're going to do on our turn. So we have 4 action points. We're going to spend 2 to bring 2 on the board. And let's spend 2 action points to move into the electric power plant again. So again, let's see. Hopefully we're not going to be caught up in the big giant bug zapper. On a 1 or 2, they're destroyed. We rolled a 3 and a 5, so no, this time we are not. So we're going to square off against these tanks. And if I want to activate, gain plus D6 to your strength total for a single fight. Because right now our strength is, it's going to be 4 against 5 on the tanks. But we will use 1 token for necromancy, and we will bring this U.S. Army infantry of 3 into this fight with us. So we will have 4 and 3 is 7, 7 against 5 on this turn. Hopefully we'll be able to take out those tanks. And we rolled a 6, so we have a crushing victory. So the tanks are gone. So we don't have to worry about them. All right, now we still have our location that we need to have an encounter with. It's going to be worth 2 terror points. We still actually have our particle wave beam that we can use if we need to have some help. But let's see what we have. Oh, we only have an angry mob. So hopefully this is just an easy victory against this mob. Maybe they're all protesting against using power or whatever. They don't really realize that the aliens are here, but maybe they just decided that they're going to try and stop us because we keep affecting their power grid because our ships keep crashing into those power lines. But all the same, they only have a 1 strength there against our, we have 4 strength. So we're just going to go up against them. Hopefully they don't roll a crushing victory. We rolled a 1, they rolled a 5. So 1 and 4 is, or 1 and 5 is 6, and this is 2, 4. This is actually a 5. They don't have enough. You know what? Let's see. Let's go ahead and try to use this particle beam, and we will add D6 strength to for a single fight. So we're going to do that. We'll see what it rolls. We roll a 3 in there. However, if this roll is a 1, the beam is... Okay, so we actually use that. So we will flip this over. And we will annihilate the angry mob. So they're gone. And we will place a conquest marker onto the electric power plant. That's good because it's going to stop the humans from gaining technological advances for that. And then we will go ahead and play the Spoils of Conquest to play immediately when your aliens win a fight, to immediately draw a space stuff card. So what do we get? We will have the Robot Butler. This will give us +1 action point every turn, so that's good. All right, that's nice. Nice skill to have there. And at the end of our turn, we will choose. We need to draw back up to our intelligence level of 4. We only have 2 action cards there, or 2 event cards. I'm sorry, I don't want to say action cards. But let's see what we have. We have 1, the Endless Waves. At the start of each of your action phases, return all of your destroyed aliens, including allies, to your landing site for free. That's awesome. And we have Gear Up to draw 1 space stuff card. So that is good. All right, we'll place this back in the... all right, now we're going to move over to the Mentholar's turn. They have 4 action points this turn. Let's see. We have... we're going to play this all part of the master plan to give them 2 more action points. So that's going to give them 6 action points. So we'll use 1. Actually, what they can do is their ability, they can pay 1 fewer action point than normal to play any event card that has an action part cost. Also, it costs the Mentholars 1 fewer action point than normal to buy an Alien Menace token during their turn. So instead of spending 2 to gain 1, we're actually going to spend those 2 action points to buy 1. Actually, we can buy 2 of the Menace tokens because I can get them for 1 apiece. So because of their sinister ability, we're going to buy 2. with those 2 action points that we just used, and now that's part of their master plan, and we're going to use a fourth one of our action points to go here, and these other 3 are going to go up against these, well, I don't know if we want to go against the helicopters, or do we want to go up against the jet fighters? Let's go up against the jet fighters. They're moving around the board. I don't need to have them pushing so much stuff going on, so we're going to go over there. So, first order of business, we will draw a location for the jet fighters, and it's just going to be some rolling hills. All right. Let's see. So we have to look with the advanced communications, all resistance and resistance counters gain plus X to their strength total, where X is the resistance value of the current location. Well, that resistance value is 0. So they're going to be straight up just 7 against our 9. So we will go ahead and try to take out this counter. We need to get rid of them. It's so let's roll, see what happens. All right, we rolled a 6, so it's a crushing victory. So the jet fighters are gone, so they are off the board. So we don't have to worry about that. And then the other encounter that we have is our 1 ship over there against the infantry. So we have a strength of 2 against their strength of 3. So let's go ahead and roll for that. We rolled a 3, they rolled a 1, so that's enough to take out the infantry as well. So the Mentholars actually had a very productive turn, got a couple of key resistance pieces off of the board, and hopefully it will be something that will help out with the Viborian arbiters, because on their turn they have 5 action points, and they're going to spend 1 of their action points to bring a ship back onto this landing space. Let's see. All right. So that's 1. And we're going to go 2, 3. Because we want to go to that mountain range. And then... okay, 3... And then I'm just going to spend 2 action points to play this card on themselves. We got +1 terror point. So we're going to place that out there. So we actually have a terror. So we've done that. All right. Let's see. Anytime if I... Let's see. All right. So one of the things that I need to do on this turn is we live for destruction. So this one at the top. They may use at any you may use any demolished landing site as a landing site as long as there's no enemy aliens present. Okay. All right. Lives for destruction. Anytime a Viborian arbiter is at a demolished location, except during a fight, they may place a conquest marker there. Viborian arbiters are +1 terror point for each demolished location they control with the conquest marker. So I need to place that here. I probably should have done that before. But we've now taken over that demolished location. That's another terror point. This other location, they're over there. We're okay. And then we have to deal with their landing space. They actually have an infantry over there. So we will battle them. So they are strength now. Because they have blue lasers, they have a strength now of +1. So it's 3 + 1 is 4. So we have 8 against their 3. So we have a +5 to their advantage. Hopefully they don't roll a crushing victory. We rolled a 1, they rolled a 4. It's enough. So we have 4 and 4 is 8, 9. 9 to 7 is enough to take this infantry off of the board. So they are gone. So the Viborian arbiters were able to repel the resistance that is there. That was their turn. And that is the end of this particular round. So we're going to move into our resistance phase. Move the camera back out so you can see what's going on in the board. So you can, we'll see where we have the arbiters are there. We have the Mentholars in their landing location. We have the Mentholars are closing in on that capital city. And we have the Foam Guild Mage has been able to get back on the board and secure the electric power location with a conquest token, and we have the arbiters are over in their landing location there. But as we enter into the resistance phase, we have this temporal anomaly that says this card plays as noted above. Play immediately. Discard all location cards on the board that do not currently have an alien or marker on them. Then shuffle all discard piles back into their respective decks. Okay, if using the human tech check, roll a d6 on a 1, 2, or 3, move the track one step back. On a 4, 5, or 6, move the track forward. All right, let's see. So all location cards on the board that do not currently have an alien or a marker on them. Okay, so we have this one is going to go away. Because we still have tokens with the grassy fields, although those other ones might actually be, because they don't have a marker on them, meaning like probably a conquest marker, then they may go as well. Let me consult with the rules. Can't really been able to find anything else about this, but here's what it says. Discard all locations on the board that do not currently have an alien or marker on them. Then shuffle all discard piles back into their respective decks. Well, it's a conquest marker. I'm looking at the rules and see what they actually call the pieces. And so we have conquest markers, whereas we have resistance counters. So I'm going to assume, and this is how I'm going to play it, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, that all of these cards with the infantry and all these other markers, they are going to go off of the board. So this is going to be gone, this is going to be gone, this is going to be gone, and the city will also be gone. So those tokens will all go back in the bag. And then these locations will all be removed, and then we're going to reshuffle all of the respective decks. And then, so that's going to have an effect now on the necromancy ability for the Foam Guild Mages. So I will go ahead and shuffle up all those decks, but the other part that I need to resolve for this card is to roll on the for the human tech track. So if it's a 1, 2, or 3, it's going to move backwards. A 4, 5, or 6, it's going to go forward. So hopefully we can roll low and we can push them back. We rolled a 3, so it's actually going to push the tech track back to, it's going to be a 7, a level 3, and we're not going to play where we're not going to have to put resistance counters back out because it's a red space. It's only moving forward. So let me go ahead and get all of our decks all reshuffled, and we will continue on playing. All right. So the first thing that we did was we drew a resistance event card. Now we're going to check for resistance liberation, which there is not. I think that temporal anomaly just was enough that kind of cleared the board up a little bit. Actually worked out to an advantage for the aliens. So hopefully I played that right. If I didn't, well, that's on me, I guess. But it said markers, not counters. So that's you know, when it comes down to the wording. We're going to move the human tech track forward, so now it's back from a 7 up to an 8 on the tech track board. So we're actually, only take a peek at that, we're getting closer to the end. There we are at the 8. The danger donut is at 8. So next we're going to do our resistance move, if any. So we actually have, because of our technology, we still have our fighter planes, and our tanks are able to move. We still have a few of those things on the board, so let's see. The fighter planes are over on the Mentholar's board. Let's roll to see where they're going to move to. They are going to move to location number 1, so the fighter planes are going to go there. On this board in the center, the capital city board. The tanks are going to move to location number 4, which is down here. And the jet fighters up there are going to move to, hopefully not 5. Let's see what we get. Just not 5. And we rolled a 2, so they're going to move to there. And we don't have any resistance counters that are down on the lower section of the board. So we do not have any barrage abilities, and now we will roll for a tech breakthrough. So right now we will only be rolling 3 dice because the hydro-powered hydroelectric dam didn't have any counters on it, so that was our markers. So that's gone, and we actually have a conquest marker on the electric power plant. So let's see what we get. Whoops, we rolled a 6, a 5, and a 2. So they will actually gain another human tech card. I don't think I have anything to cancel this again. Atomic shells. All tank resistance, including resistance counters, are now +1 strength, and all barrage attacks now hit on the roll of 1, 2, or 3. Let me see if I have anything that could cancel any one of those cards, or to force anybody. That's not a fight dice, so I can't make them re-roll. Let's see. I do not have anything in the cards that will be able to help us out there. So they have, again, gained more technology, making them even more powerful. But we must press on. The aliens are needing to get more strength. We need more. We need to get more terror on the board. Right now, our current terror level is we have 2, and then we have a card that's going to give us 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 11 terror. We need 24. So we're going to have to have some key locations popping up for us to be able to take advantage of. So let's roll now for our action points for this round. And so the Mentholars have a 2 this time. They have the Foam Guild Mages have 3. And the Viborian arbiters have a 4 this round. So the Mentholars will be the first player this turn. So let's see what they're going to do. With only 2 action points, what will they do? Well, we still have our ability for mind control, and we can force... We can force locations to be drawn or redrawn. Okay. We look at our human tech. So all resistance and resistance counters gain +X to their strength total, where X is the resistance value of the current location. Advanced communications is really kind of a pain, because of the fact that if it's a higher resistance value, then it's going to cause us more and more trouble. But it's not anything that we really can't, that we can't not deal with. So let me think about what we're going to try to do this particular turn, and we'll come back. All right, we only have 2. We actually have some useful action points, so we're going to move, and then the tanks. All tank resistance are now +1 strength, so that's actually going to make that tank a 6. We'd be going in under powered with our number of abilities there. We could push. Okay, let's do something different. We're going to push 2 down towards this into this location here, and that's what we're going to do for our turn. We're going to go into here, and we'll pop over a location and see what happens. Maybe we can take care of that. Grassy fields, so nothing. So again, the Mentholars, they just kind of cruise around, and most of the time they're just cruising the countryside. But we've at least explored it. We have nothing that's there. So that was their turn. They don't really have... actually, what I can choose to do, I'm just going to do this. Play to force any location card just drawn to be immediately discarded and redrawn. Martian Recon. We need to have an encounter to. We need to have some sort of resistance to be able to try and get some more terror points, and we get a forest instead. So still no consequence, so that was kind of a waste of a card. But we will draw a new event card for our hand, so we'll have another Martian Recon, so that's good. All right, we're going to move on to the Viborian Arbiters. They have 4 action points. Let's see. They have quite a bit of strength. We're going to move in. We're going to spend 1/2 onto that that jet, that right there. And we will take the other action. We'll take one other action point to roll here and 1 over here on this space. So that's 4 action points. So we're going to have the Viborian Arbiters. We'll see what happens. Maybe they're insane. Maybe they aren't. I don't know. But let's go ahead and take care of their encounters. So the first one, let me zoom over and take a look at this. So there's jet fighters on that particular space, and when we add a location, it is a town, and it's going to add, it's worth 2 terror points. It's got a resistance value of 2. So now those jet fighters are a 9 for their abilities. We actually have a strength of 8. So we're going to be 1 less than them, but we're going to fight them anyways. We need to take these guys out, get them off the board, get some terror tokens on the board. So let's go ahead and roll. I'm just going to zoom this out. All right. So we have a though it's not a tank resistance. Actually, it's not a tank resistance. All resistance though. Gain +2. All right, so we have 7, 8, 9 against our 8. Let's see what happens. They rolled and they get a crushing victory. They're going to take out one of our guys. And I think at this point, this guy is going to escape then to the landing location. So we're not able to take over that town. So, all right, that's that particular encounter. The next one, let's do this one right here. We'll draw a location, and we have an electric power plant. So any alien that moves to this location is destroyed on the d6 roll of 1 or 2. Let's see what happens with that. We will roll and find out what the result is. It's a 3, so we're okay. And we will draw a resistance. And we have the Forest Ranger. Adds additional +2 strength at any forest location. It is not a forest location. It's a power or a tech location, but still have +1 strength. And all resistance and resistance counters gain. Okay, so that's... And then let's see what else we have. We have a mathematician. He's going to give +1 strength. That's now going to cause us to have... Because of human ingenuity, we now have a... human event that's going to take place. Until the start of the next resistance phase, all locations are +1 resistance. Okay, so that's now a resistance of 2 instead of 1. So that's, we'll have to remember to do that. I'm going to put this location like right there next to us, so I'll remember that. And we still have to draw for our, to see what our hero is. Oh, and we have Captain Fantastic. He's a bold. Gains +1 strength for each alien at this location. When discarded, shuffle the discard pile back into the resistance deck. Oh, I don't remember if I did that with Captain Fantastic before or not. When we used his ability. But, what do we have going on? Alright. So we have 6 for Captain Fantastic. A 7 because there's an alien, 8, 9, and then this has 10, 11 because the electric power has a resistance of 2, so it's 11. 11 versus 1, and you know what we're going to do? We're going to, can't use this though, except against Captain Fantastic. So we cannot use that, but we can re-roll some dice. But let me see what we can do. Against this particular encounter, we will spend 2 mind control tokens to draw the top resistance card and add it to our strength. So we have Investigative Reporter, gains +2 strength at any radio location or when helping a hard resistance. So let's see. We have an Investigative Reporter, and we have a U.S. Army Artillery, which is going to give us a strength of 4. So 4 plus 2 is going to give us 6, plus our 2 strength is 8. So we have 8 against 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 versus 8. So we are actually -3. So it could still come. We could still come back and beat Captain Fantastic if we can manage to roll high. We rolled a 3 versus their 2, and play to force any aliens or resistance to re-roll their fight dice just rolled. So Fighting Frenzy, we're going to actually re-roll our alien die. So hopefully we can get higher than a 3. We rolled a 6. So that's going to put us at, that's going to be a crushing victory now against Captain Fantastic. So that is fantastic. So he's actually going to go, when discarded, shuffle the discard pile back. So these guys are going to actually get shuffled back into the, all these cards will be shuffled back into the resistance deck. And we will place a conquest marker onto that power plant. I'm also going to, just as a reminder, place this on here that that's a tech location. And then let me get those cards shuffled back into the deck, and we'll deal with the other event, or the other encounter over there. Okay, let's draw the other location, which we have a small town. It's 1 terror, 1 resistance value, so place that there. The resistance actually, though, until the start of the next resistance phase, all locations are +1 resistance because of the prepared defenses. So let's see. And then we also have to worry about the advanced communications. So we draw a local police. They have a strength of 2. And that is actually going to give them a strength of 4 because of the their ability and of the advanced communications. There we go. So I just wanted to think that I'm trying to think about things that I want to do on my turn. So we actually have a strength of 4 against 4. And I hope that I wasn't playing the wrong cards, like with the not with the Mentholars or something like that. I think that was, the Mentholars actually played that card for the reroll, so that was okay. We actually are playing as the Viborian arbiters. We still actually have a couple of cards that are in play. And we have a strength of 4. So I can't remember if I rolled right or not. I might have misinterpreted that the last time. I might have been looking at the Mentholar's cards. But anyways, it's 4 versus 4. And we're just going to go ahead and roll and see what happens in this particular encounter. And let's see. All right. We're going to roll. We rolled a 4, and if they have a 4, so it's a tie. We're actually going to roll again. Let's see if we can do that. We rolled a 4, and they rolled a 1. So we will actually defeat the local police, and we will place a conquest marker on that space as well. So, wow. Let's see. Use 1 alien menace token to demolish a location with population 1 or less where you have a Viborian arbiter present. Okay. nope, I don't really want to do that right now. What I should have done before when I was on this mountain range was demolish that, but we will worry about that next time. So, okay. So that was the turn for the Viborian arbiters. So that was a decent turn. And now finally we're going to get down to the foam guild mages, and we will roll for their ability at the start of their turn. They make a roll, a d6 roll, and on a 4, 5, or 6 they gain an alien menace token. They rolled a 3, so they do not. They will also ready their space stuff. So we'll flip over our particle wave beam, get that ready to go again. Let's see. Oh, at the end of the arbiters, Viborian arbiters turn, they should have drawn 2 more event cards. I always forget to do that. So they have the coordinated attack until the end of the game round. Your aliens in a fight for all aliens in cooperative play may roll an extra fight dice and choose which to use. That's pretty cool. Or sneaky teleport. Play to immediately move any number of your aliens to one space on the board that does not have any enemy aliens or conquest markers there. Okay. All right, so we have our 3 as a base of our action points, and we have +1 because of our robot butler. So we actually have 4 points. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 bring this on the board. We're going to try to secure another location. All right, let's see what we get for the location there. We have a town, so it actually has a resistance value of 2, and as a terror value of 2, but we have to remember, because of this prepared defenses, and let me bring this down here, that all locations are +1 resistance. So this is between that and advanced communications, we're going to have some problems with who we're facing. So we have some army scientists. These are add an additional +1 strength at any tech location. Fortunately, it's not a tech location, but we have +2 strength there. And we also have the Duke, who rolls an extra fight dice and uses the highest, and he gives us +3 strength. Now, due to human ingenuity, we have another human event, and this one is, until the start of the next resistance phase, roll a d6 for every event card played or that remains in play. It is canceled on the roll of 4+. Well, we have 2 of them that remain in place, so we have to roll a d6 and see if they're canceled on a roll of 4+. So let's see here. We will roll for the alien arms dealer. We rolled a 4. That is gone. So that doesn't allow us to basically buy space stuff. And then now we have the feeding on the dead. We roll that one. We rolled a 4. That is also destroyed too, so that I don't think so. All right, and we can continue on with drawing for our resistance. So far we have 5. Our investigative reporter, that's 6. And we have U.S. Army Rangers. They have a strength of 4. They have an assault of, and they win on a tie. So let's see. We have 2, and 3 is 5. 6 and 4 is 10. Plus 11, 12, 13. They are 13 strength. The Rangers are 13 strength. Let's see if there's anything that I can do to counter that. Okay, probably not. But I will. I think I know what I'm going to do with this. So this is the first. This is the first encounter, and we will go ahead and use 3 of our Alien Menace tokens for the Warp Blast to automatically score a crushing victory in the fight, and we will discard all of these guys, so they won't even bother to roll their dice. So adios, amigos. The guild mages are like, we are not dealing with you guys today at all. So that's the first fight. Now the next one, we have, actually, the resistance value would now be 3 because of the prepared defenses. So there's going to be there's going to actually be 2 more fights. So we have the U.S. Army helicopters are coming in, and they're bold, gain +1 strength for each alien at that location. So they're going to go from 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they're going to be a 10 strength versus our 6 strength. But we will use the particle wave beam to gain +d6 to our strength total for a single fight. So let's roll that, see what we will add to the fight with the particle beam. Boom, 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 boom. We're rolling a 1. Oh, man. All right. If this roll is a 1, and I think, do I have something else? That is not a battle dice. That's a fight dice. Ooh, that's not bad. That's not good. However, if this roll is a 1, the beam reverses polarity and explodes. All of your aliens in the space are instantly destroyed, and the location is demolished. So, oh, no, that's bad. So, we now have a demolished marker on there. The U.S. Army helicopters going to go away, and we just lost 3 of our ships on that town. However, the Viborian arbiters may be able to come in and occupy that space and at least try to get some terror points for that as well. So they are gone. And so is this card, because it says until the start of the next resistance phase. So that is gone. We didn't play any other event cards that I know of. So that is, so this, I don't think so, card is going as well. So we will now move into our event phase. It's getting grim for our aliens. So let's see what we have. So the first thing we need to do is draw a resistance event. United Defense. The human tech track immediately moves 1 step forward. Well, guys, that's a 9. It's going to be the end of the game here. Let's see what happens, because unless there's a way that we can do something, but it's going to move forward after this. We have reinforcements coming on the board, so let's just see how bad it's going to end up for us. We look at the board where the Mentholars are, and we rolled a 2, so there will be a location, there will be something that comes out there. Then we have another space in the center board. Let's roll for that. That's a 1. There's going to be infantry coming to the 1. That's going to push the helicopters into the middle. And then we have the location on the side over where the Viborian arbiters are. And we rolled a 1. And they're going to gain some infantry there. And finally, the space down low where the foam guild mages are. Let's roll that. And we rolled a 5. So we will place Captain Fantastic is there. And so Captain Fantastic is going to come and attack everybody on that space. And then he leaves. So let's see how that's going to happen. So let's see. So 1 fight round. Let's see what happens. All right. So we have Captain Fantastic is going to fly over here to go up against our Mentholars. They have a total strength of 4. Captain Fantastic is a strength of 8. So he has an advantage of 4. We're going to roll and see what happens. He is going to defeat one of them, so that's gone from the board. And then Captain Fantastic is going to fly over to the landing location and go up against the Foam Guild Mages, which they have a strength of 2. He has a strength of 8. We're going to roll that, see what happens with that. And he is going to defeat them as well. And then Captain Fantastic is going to fly away. So he comes in, does some damage just to just to rub it in our face a little bit. So there we go. That's it for those tokens. Then we are going to have to move the human tech track, and we reach the 10, and that is going to spell doom for us. With the human tech track reaching the 10, they have created this super cannon, and we immediately lose the game. So it was unfortunate. I was kind of hoping that our aliens could have done a little bit better, but you know, they managed to stave off the aliens for quite a bit. We did have a bunch of terror that we were able to spread on the board. So anyways, that was our playthrough of Conquest of Planet Earth. I mean, man, it's a lot of fun. I mean, I know it's just a lot of dice rolling, just seeing what kind of randomness happens. But we did manage to have some pretty cool encounters and use some of the neat action cards, and we had some fun stuff there. We also had some bad stuff happen, like our ray gun basically reversed polarity and destroyed everybody, and then demolish that location. So at the end of the game, the foam guild mages were not even on the board. So anyways, you know what, guys, I'll have another video where I will share my thoughts. I'll do like a game wrap-up video, but you know, you guys, let me know what you thought of this. Let me know what you think of Conquest of Planet Earth. Do you think this game still holds up? I know this game's got 11 years on it right now. You know, it's one of these ones where you're doing just a lot of dice rolling. It's a lot of randomness. Do you like that stuff? Is it, you know, you saw the results here in this game. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. Also, if you like the video, make sure you click the like button. And if you are enjoying these videos, please hit the subscribe button and ring the little bell so that you are up to date on all the things that we're putting out. You know, guys, we're putting a lot of work into creating content for the channel, and having more and more subscribers really kind of helps us to gauge our interest, and also helps us working with publishers and other entities to bring our content to you and a wider audience. So with that, you guys, thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you again soon. Bye-bye.